Hi, I'm Nick with Loxone, and today we're here with Igor Beletsky, branch manager of the U.S. Loxone headquarters right here in beautiful Pennsylvania. Like many Loxonauts, Igor has chosen to live with our technologies right in his own home. Isn't that right?
Yes, Nick. Thank you for coming out. I would love to show you what I have done with Loxone system and automation in my home for me and my family.
Well, Igor, thank you for bringing us into your beautiful home. Why don't you go ahead and take us on your journey as a Loxone Smart Home owner?
Sure. So we acquired a home about 3 years ago, and my first step was to install automation in the home because I know how much automation can help us in our everyday life. I first installed lighting and audio throughout the first floor and the second floor. That was the first step. The second step was to add controls in locations that I could. And a combination of tree and air really made it possible to have controls and to live with the system very easily. We were able to use existing hole locations in the ceiling to pull the wires to the locations that we wanted. And we ended up with a great solution that I would say rival any smart home that is pre-wired. So one of the things that was very important to us was security, and not only from intrusion from burglars, but also for leak detection. So in my previous home, I had an instance where a dishwasher leaked. There was a slow leak where the subfloor rotted and there was damage. It was a lot of pain to replace all of that. So in this home, I installed water sensors almost everywhere a leak could come through. So under the sink, under the dishwasher, near the sump pump, upstairs, throughout the house.
A great way to protect yourself from a homeowner's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Question for you. Because you have these tucked away behind the sink and the dishwasher, how much of a pain is it to have to change the batteries?
Well, I installed them over 2 years ago and I still have not had to replace the batteries, but with the Loxone system, it gives me a notification when the battery reaches to 15%, so I have no worry there that it will die and I will know about it. One of the most important things for me was switching over the house HVAC system to be controlled by Loxone. So here I had a standard thermostat, which I removed. The reason being is all of our touches have temperature humidity sensors built in. So I could get a picture of the whole envelope of temperature throughout the house and base it on our presence. Whether upstairs or downstairs, the set point would be adjusted to where we are. And throughout the house, I have different touches. I have the Touch Pure, I have the standard touch, and all of them do the same thing with measuring temperature, humidity, so throughout the house.
Great, so you have multiple measurement points, finding the exact temperature in exact areas, and then also have control based on presence. That must really be a boon on your electricity bills.
Yeah, it did help. I could really, with Loxone system, really see how much I was using the HVAC daily. And the other thing is, this thermostat was in a room that we barely use, so it would be taking a temperature of where nobody was. So Nick, the other feature of my home that I really enjoy is the night mode. For me, waking up in the middle of the night, going and getting a drink is very common. Not beer. So when I wake up in the middle of the night and get out of bed, the RGB lighting goes to a dim red mode, so it's convenient for me to walk around, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen. It's a very unique feature that can only be done with Loxone. So Nick, as I was telling you, it's very important for me to add control to the home. One of the ways I was able to do it is with a touch night light. So without getting out of bed, we can control the lighting, the music in the room. Also, it tells me what the temperature outside is, and also it acts as an alarm clock for me in the morning, and the music wakes me up. I also was able to add a touch surface in my shower, which is a great feature I think every home deserves, where I can control the lighting and especially the audio when I'm taking a shower. It's very easy to add touch points with Loxone with air and tree technology.
So I'm curious, as you were installing Loxone as a retrofit into your home, if you came across any challenges, and if so, how you overcame them?
Yeah, we wanted to make as little access holes as possible throughout the home. So with Loxone Tree, it was possible to reduce the wiring, and in the locations where we couldn't wire, we used Loxone Air, which is the wireless technology. So here in my daughter's room, I have ceiling light tree. This light is perfect for her room, and she loves to customize the color that she wakes up to. It's great. Both my kids also have their separate night mode, so if one goes to sleep a little earlier than the other, they're able to triple click their touch and go to sleep.
Igor, you are the parent to two amazing children. How do they like living in a Loxone powered smart home?
Nick, they love it. They don't have to think about turning on light switches. They don't have to worry about setting the thermostat. And they really love the Quadral speakers and our audio solution. They love music, they love dancing. So with Quadral and the audio server, they really enjoy that.
And I understand you set up a special function within your audio system?
Yes, I have. I set up a few functions, so I have announcements for my kids throughout the day, depending on the date and time. So the first announcement in the morning when they're getting breakfast is it tells them what the weather's going to be like during the day. That way they know how to dress throughout the day. And then the next one is tells them what time to get to the bus. So 5 minutes before the bus, it tells them put their sneakers on and get out the door.
Jacob and Emma, it is time for the bus.
One more is in the evening. It tells them what time they should go upstairs, start brushing their teeth, getting ready for bed. It's one of those things that I felt like as a parent, it just aids me not to have to look at the clock every second of the day. This is one of the biggest benefits of our audio solution. Not only is it great music through our Quadral speakers, it is also the system communicating back to you things throughout the home. So when my water alarm went off, I knew exactly where it was because it told me that it was under the kitchen sink. So announcements and other functionalities like the doorbell and things like that with audio server are the key features of the audio system.
Now, your kids are getting a little bit older. How are they interacting with this system? Are they using the Loxone app?
So they're starting to use the app, but I'm able to make permissions that way. They can only control the room. They have RGBW lighting in their room so they can play around, set the colors. But they're still too young, so I'm limiting them just to that. And with the Loxone app, it's very easy to do.
And speaking of audio systems, what do you got going on here, Igor?
So we have the Quadral satellite speaker here. I have it here for when we entertain outside. The other great feature is when we are entertaining in our backyard, we know if somebody's ringing the doorbell because it comes through the speaker. This one speaker is so powerful that my whole backyard gets filled with awesome music.
And do you have any concerns with it being outside and the weather and the elements?
Not at all, Nick. It's survived the freezing winter and the blasting heat of the summer. No issues so far. So the other thing that we automated at our home, and it was one of the first things, was access. I automated that both of the garage doors were able to be controlled with the NFC code touch and also with the touch remote from the car. Also with the kids, it was very important for me that they could access the home without being worried that they would lose a key. So each one has a key fob and they both have a code that they can access the garage doors if for some instance we're not home. And if they lose the key fob, I can always remove it from the system and give them a new one. So it's a peace of mind that somebody else doesn't find a key and can access my home.
All right, Igor, well, thank you so much for giving us a tour of your lovely home. It is a beautiful place. You have it very well equipped. Now, let me ask you, as a Loxone homeowner, what is your favorite part about living with the Loxone system?
To be honest, Nick, I believe it's peace of mind. I know with the Loxone app, if there's anything going wrong, if there's water detected somewhere, what the temperature set, and all of this in one app. I don't have to scroll through the screen, look at individual apps. And it's also the ability to know more about my home than with a standard system. I know if the doors are open and I know if somebody is home. It just works.
So it's like a second set of eyes on your most important assets.
Exactly.
Great. Well, there you have it, folks. Living with Loxone from a Loxonaut.
Thank you for visiting.